Wow, 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 bow. Dun, 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 bow, bow, bow. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Like, if they pick a good build and you're using a build, if they beat you in like where you don't mess with each other, there's no cheesy harassment or anything, then that's when it. Yeah, I don't know why that's labeled as a loss. That's a win. Whatever. Probably labeled it wrong. Whatever. And then this game, I want to point out, this is when I change my build order. I decided I'm gonna do something different. And I wanted to show this game. I was excited to get to this game, but I wanted to show you the progression of me learning how to get better at the game as I play, because I think that's super important to see. Uh, is that even though, like, yeah, I'm playing badly, and then eventually, like, there's like a switch, and you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. And we're fighting Protoss, which is great. Um, and we'll just see exactly how this goes. This is a build we do want to follow, okay? Because this is different, and this is something I just tried experimentally. Um, and I might come back revisit this build later. We'll have to see. So we go over and gonna do the normal supply depot. He's got his pylon out first, but it's okay. All right. And again, it's gonna look pretty standard as we go through it to what I've been doing. But I know I changed it up in this game specifically because that's why I labeled it anyway. Because I called it a possible good build, one that I was trying. So I opened 2 supply depot before barracks, which, say what you want, it seems fine. It's like the same. You just get your 1 SCV done sooner, which is fine. You know, you got your supply down early, and it's okay. So you get the gas. Again, it looks pretty normal, but then I know I changed it up somehow. I don't remember how I changed it up, but I made a different build order. Still did engineering bay. What did I do differently? Let me see. I gotta take a look at this because I'm not too sure. Also, it's because I'm going through so many games at once. There's no way I'm gonna remember every single build order on every map, especially against random people. Going for double gas for those upgrades. It's the main reason why. Instantly make a marine. Maybe I go for a factory. I don't know what I'm thinking. No, I got a second barracks. Okay. Bring a marine out to the front. I'm letting my money get high. Maybe I'm planning on expanding. This might just be an expansion version. Oh yeah, and I saw the probe. Yeah, I think I am gonna get an expansion because my money's getting so high. Well, I got a turret. That's interesting. Did I not want a... Maybe I didn't want an expansion in this. Okay, so we're getting the tech lab. We're also getting the reactor for the barracks. One's starting. We're getting our third one. Maybe this one just played smoother when I played it. Maybe that's why I liked it so much. Because this seems like the same build. Again, getting supply depot. Because I have extra money, may as well.
Add-on complete.
It's never a bad investment to get a supply depot. I made a marine. Interestingly enough, I didn't make a marauder. I think because I was saving my gas for something.
You've built a fancier command center.
Surely I was saving my gas for something. Let's see here. We're getting our upgrades. You know, we're getting the concussive shells.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to build something.
I'm gonna try and make marines.
SCV ready.
And I think a lot of my builds seem to struggle because I don't have enough minerals. And I think if I get an expansion earlier, or if I had gotten an expansion, it would have made my life a bit easier. And look, I'm getting double reactor. This is clearly a marine-focused build. And like I'm doing this for marines to get marines.
It's go time.
Like that's the goal.
Research complete.
And my marines on the low ground still just fighting that adept. He poofed away, as one does.
SCV ready. Let's have a blast.
Getting Marauders, working on building things.
Add-on complete.
Oh, maybe I liked this build more because it had double
Upgrade
reactor
time.
instead of double tech lab. Maybe I decided I liked this more because you get more Marines out, so you get more bodies. And because Marines fire so quickly, it's a bigger rate of damage over time. And now with me maxing out on my SCVs, surely I build a command center at some point. I think I was just so focused on maintaining my triple barracks. I think this was also when I was maybe utilizing my hotkeys a bit better. You know, I've got the armor coming. I got all the upgrades coming slowly over time. All coming through one tech lab, so the upgrades are slower.
You want a piece of me,
But I don't know. I think maybe I like it more for a different reason. I'm not sure. Now, granted, I do have a pretty good composition. I got 11 Marines already, 4 Marauders. My opponent doesn't have that much, and I don't play against Protoss as much, so perhaps I also liked it just because it worked well against Protoss. Because as you can see, we're just making supply depots now. We're not doing anything crazy. It doesn't even look like I'm trying to expand. It looks like I'm just trying to go for a one base all in, which is not good. It's actually,
Research is done.
it's not really good at all. This might only work just because I maybe picked a better build than my opponent. That happens sometimes. I haven't threw down a missile turret, just in case of oracles or void ray or DT. You know, something can always happen, right? And I'm really just mining the hell out of that base. Like, I'm doing my absolute best to try and get every scrap of mineral out of there.
Gangway, coming through.
And I'm building up an insane amount of troops, too. I mean, I'm up to 23 Marines. He's got some zealots, like, pretty sure I just was trying to go for a mass Marine kind of thing. All bio. You know, I didn't even bother with factory. You know, that's a good point. I don't even bother with tanks in this. Most of the games I've been playing, I've been getting tanks, and in this one I just do straight up just infantry. And I think I'm like, yeah, okay, we're gonna go push out. Well, Stim's almost done, and it's a good time. Oh, and I think at this point maybe I decide to finally go build a command center. Yeah, thank God. It took me long enough. Again, 6 minutes. Again, that's too long to wait for a command center. By the time you get that base up and running, it's like too late. So these 2 scouting Marines are heading up. They're just gonna get slaughtered, obviously. So I go in there expecting to see the army, and I do. See that? They die. It's fine. I bunch up. That's super important to note. Don't just run in a line. You will die easily. And again, since I'm in a ball, that helps. I didn't stim because it's not done yet.
Your research is done. Don't forget.
And then I stim, and that cleans it up pretty well. Focus firing also helps. You'll notice that I am focus firing. And then I think that pretty much does it. Because I had good timing. I did a good timing attack, essentially. And you know, there's all this stuff. There's a warp prison, but whatever. Like that's as if that's gonna help. I noticed he only has 1 pylon. So that's super bad.
You are fresh out of minerals with that thing.
His pylon placement was awful, so all those buildings can now be ignored.
I remember when this was all minerals.
Yeah, I think
Now
I
look
liked
at
this build because it didn't have tanks. It was just infantry, and then started.
Wow, you mind all of this?
And then this started a new era of my build. So after this game, I decided, you know what? We're just gonna do barracks. We're not gonna even bother with factory. I believe. I think that was my main. Aha! This is the thing I do. I need to use lots of infantry to win my games. And the thing I misunderstood about this is that this is because it worked against a Protoss, and Terran like counters Protoss in a sense. Like, not really, but the circle of life that's supposed to work is that Terran's better than Zerg, Zerg's better than Protoss, Protoss is better than Terran. But again, it's a very balanced game. It's a very well-made game.